Hello and welcome back to Travis Teaches Guitar. I'm your relationship counselor with this instrument. I am Travis, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about the excuses people might come up with to quit guitar. Because the early going is so tough that your brain will play all kinds of tricks with you and try to talk you out of the work that you are now progressing towards, right? Or the work you're going through progressing towards your goal, which is to play the guitar. Um, I've played this instrument for a long time. I've watched others at various stages of their career, and I've heard all the excuses, and none of them are valid. All right. Excuse number one that you hear the most is I'm not musically inclined, which is ridiculous, because if you hear or enjoy music on the most basic of levels, then you're musically inclined. It's not a matter of being musically inclined. It's a learned skill, playing the guitar. It's not, you don't pop out of your mom and you can play guitar. That's not how it works. So, you know, to say you're not musically inclined, what does that even mean, right? Maybe they're implying that some people learn faster than others. Sure. There are certain aptitudes. Sure. Uh, but that none of that affects your ability to learn the guitar for you at your own aptitude level. And it's just a series of steps going forward. It's not, there's no special gift, to it. That the actual learned skill part is not a gift. Okay? So it doesn't matter whether you're musically inclined or not, because in a sense, pretty much everybody is. Something along that same lines that I've heard a lot is I'm tone deaf. No, you're not, because the reality is that very few people are tone deaf. If you're tone deaf, you don't hear, anything, right? So, it, your ear is certainly the biggest part of your music and your learning and your ability to even play any instrument, not just the guitar. But your ability to hear music and hear different tones is something that you have to culture. It, this this notion that if you're not born with it, then you don't have it, is not true. There's nobody musical in my family. Nobody, not on either side. Nobody that I'm aware of played a guitar or any other kind of instrument. They just it's not something that runs in people's blood. Some of us just we deal with things in a different way. I dealt with my adolescence and things listening to music, listening to people play the guitar, and then it sparked an interest. And when you think about something long enough or hard enough, you're going to carry through with it. It's part of the process. It's not magic. It's just the next logical step. So, tone deaf, no, it's not a good excuse. Okay, here's another one. My fingers are too fat. I've seen people with fingers that look like sausage links. You know, I don't want to name any names, but I've seen them. I've seen plenty. You don't have to. There's no body type that is for a guitar. It's just your desire to play, and it goes with the same with my fingers are too skinny or my hands are too small. These are all just excuses. None of them are valid because I've seen multiple examples of all of these excuses nullified. I've seen little kids they're tiny and they have a full-size guitar just like this one and they're shredding, right? If you dig deep enough into that, you'll realize that there's practice in there. They practiced. And whatever shortcoming you may have, even if it is legitimate, with enough work and practice, you can overcome it. I've seen people play with their feet. You can look them up here on YouTube. There's people who have zero arms. So how can you say, well, my fingers are too fat? They're playing guitar. They don't have any arms, So You have to understand that this is a thing of the mind. It is against any kind of work that you're going to put it through. It's going to resist you every step of the way. Not only with the guitar, but in everything that has to do that takes you out of your comfort zone. It is not comfortable, learning new things. You just want to play. This is why we play guitar. We just want to play music. You just want to pick this thing up and just start shredding. But that's not reality. And if that's what your expectation is, then you're in for... It's going to be a rough road. I can say that. So, excuses, leave them at the door. There's no excuse for not being able to play guitar other than you don't want to bad enough. So if you want to play guitar, stick through it. You'll be able to play guitar. All right? So just keep practicing. Do what you're told to do, either by me, by another teacher, someone else who you watch. Follow the instructions that people give you and the advice of people who have been there, because we've all been there. And our brains all do the same thing. You just really have to love the instrument more than the excuse. And understand that it's just an excuse. Okay? Till next time, keep practicing.